Hello, and thank you for volunteering your time to help us with one of the biggest yearly outreaches we do here at Fellowship. Together, we string tens of thousands of lights to literally be a light to the community during this Christmas season. Myself and the rest of the technical team could not pull this off without dozens of volunteers, like yourself, working together to meticulously test and place each and every strand for a result that is worthy of the season. It is in that spirit we want to just take a few moments and review with you some of the technical details of how to properly wrap the lights on the 40 or so trees throughout the property. The more carefully and thoughtfully we dress each tree, keeping a uniform look, the more pleasing it is to the eye, not to mention easier for the technical team to execute. So with that, let's review how we would like to see each tree dressed with the lights, starting with the basics, spacing. Start with the male end and wrap once around the tree until you're able to twist the end over and through to create resistance for the rest of the wrap. Try to maintain 2-inch spacing between wraps, keeping the strand tight to the tree. When ending one strand and starting the next twist, the female end around itself once to help maintain the tight wrap. Continue to wrap the entire trunk, maintaining 2-inch spacing. On small trees, it should take 2 strands to wrap the bottom or the trunk of the tree. On medium, 3 strands, and on large trees, 4 to 5 strands to wrap the bottom of the tree. When complete, do one final twist of the female end to maintain the tightness of the wrap. Now that you've finished the trunk, you're 1/3 of the way done. I say 1/3 because on the technical side of things, each tree is divided into 3 parts: the bottom, the trunk, the middle, and the top. As we move to the middle of the tree, we will not continue from the bottom strands, but start over, keeping the middle separate from the bottom. Wrap each branch separately, starting with the male end near the cradle point where the branches start. Wrap the branches with 1-inch spacing, maintaining a tight wrap all the way. Do not wrap multiple branches at one time, rather only wrap one branch at a time, and if you have extra at the end of at the top of the branch, then you can transfer it over to another branch and start wrapping back down. This is a common scenario on small trees more than it is big trees. As you start each new strand on a new branch, plug the male ends into each other in the cradle point, creating somewhat of a stack. This is preferable to plugging them end to end in this case. The third and final part of the tree is the top. It has its own tricks to help keep the look uniform while ensuring it stays tightly wrapped to help during the weather and wind that will come during the weeks of the display. This part is usually done best with 2 people, and in most cases will require an extendable pole. Start with the male end, and again start near the cradle point of the tree, loosely wrapping the first strand up one of the branches, and then start the wrap at the lowest point of the branches where it shoots off. One person should walk around the tree with the light bundle, keeping the tension on the strand, while the second person places the strand on cradle points while walking around the tree, approximately the same height as you wrap the tree around. The spacing between the wraps on the top is approximately 2 to 3 feet. This will be smaller on smaller trees and larger on the larger trees. Please plug each strand into the strand before it and wrap the top in a spiral format, trying to keep a uniform look. However, this is easier for full trees and harder on some of the smaller trees. In conclusion, please always start with the male end and maintain the spacing, which should be 2 inches on the bottom, 1 inch on the middle, and 2 to 3 feet on the top. And then keep in mind there are 2 connecting methods: plug male to female or end to end on the bottoms and the top, and male to male or stacked in the middle. General guidelines are approximately 15 strands on a small tree, 20 on a medium tree, and up to 25 or 30 on a large tree like the ones by the entrance and exit.